All right, hey guys. So I'm gonna do something a little different. I got my Alice Tarot deck and the book that goes with it. And since this morning's reading kind of was more so based on your moon side and your rising side of your whole being, so your shadow, your light, your yin, your yang, things like that. I really love this specific book because it shows through the looking glass, so kind of like the upside down or the moon side. And it also shows down the rabbit hole. So like if you think about the rabbit hole, right? Like the looking glass could be at the top, looking down, could be at the bottom, looking there, could be anywhere really. But when you go down the rabbit hole, you're basically diving into a portal of information that you can pick and choose what you take out of the hole. So like, I kind of like when I go into my thought process in meditation for myself, I tend to imagine it as jumping down the rabbit hole and I'm Alice. And I jump down and I see all these cool things and I decide to take little bits of information while I'm kind of doing that. And I either end up in the looking glass where I have to learn a bigger, deeper message, or I'll take the information I've collected and come right back out the rabbit hole. So kind of use that definition and how I'm attempting to explain this. I'm slowly again, I'm just starting. So I'm just starting to learn my throat chakra and activating that to properly tell you guys these stories. So for now, I'm going to use the book just to read it. And so this is kind of like a reading stories type of thing that's going on, but I've just been being pulled to it today. So let's get started by drawing some cards. I'm going to draw 3 cards. I don't read reversals, so these cards are all jumbled. So if reversal comes up, take it how it resonates with you, because this is going to be very general, combining with the reading I did this morning. If you see a reversal, the way I kind of picture it, especially with these specific cards, is you can either be the rabbit or you can be Alice, and it's all about the perception. The card always means the same message. It's just whether or not you see it in a light sense, a dark sense, upside down, right side up, again, all about the perception. Okay, so if you see a reversal, I'm going to read it upright, but always know it's just a different perception. You could not be seeing the message. Maybe it's hiding. Maybe someone else holds the message for you. Take it however it resonates. And like, comment if you have questions. Subscribe if it generally hits a tone for you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get 3 cards here. Past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. We will read them how they come out. So 3 cards, please. Oh, that's 3. All right, at the bottom of the deck here is the 4 of Cups. How I always perceive this card is a pity party. Take it how it resonates with you, of course. We're all trying to be positive here, but you have this guy with his spilt cups, and you have the dolphin of happiness balancing the other cup in the background, but this poor little turtle creature just won't turn around. He likes looking at his spilt cups, so that's why I perceive that as the, All right, so let's see what these cards are. King of Swords. So that's the basic Humpty Dumpty story. All knowledgeable fellow who definitely has his properness sitting with him, the dictionary. And you guys all know Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall and had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again. So that could be a past energy for a lot of people. That's also air signs, so swords are air signs. And we got the Six of Wands. So this is like a victory. A knight. Alice, Mad Hatter, Duchess. I don't know who this guy is. No, that's the Duchess. And the Mad Hatter, Knight, Alice, and the March Hare. We're going to read all of this, by the way. So it's got a victory there. Sun in the background. So that could be present moment energy. Ooh, and we got the Queen of Pentacles. This is a very cool story, so let's stay tuned. This could be the future coming up here where you have all of the power to provide the choices. Possibly, helping this poor gent find his choice of happiness there could be what her purpose is. So let's get to it. Absolutely suggest you guys getting this. It is so fun to play with these cards, even just by yourself and looking up definitions and seeing what everything means and stuff like that. It's a trip. Okay, so we have the King of Swords. So we're going to read through the looking glass first. I wonder how again. Hang on, guys. I want to set this up for you. There we go. So, the King of Swords, through the looking glass. Humpty Dumpty is all logical and pride, albeit looking glass logic. He argues that Alice's name doesn't mean anything, insists that proper names must mean something beyond denoting a specific person. On the other hand, while most of us have a shared or general meaning for common nouns, Humpty has a different view. When I use a word, it means just what I choose it to mean, nothing more nor less. When Alice asks whether we can make words mean different things, he responds, "The question is, which is to be master? That's all." He also assures her that when I make a word do a lot of work, I always pay it extra. Alice finally figures out how to talk to him and asks him to explain all the confusing words in the poem Jabberwocky, which he was very happy to do. We learn a lot about Humpty. He is very easily offended and is fond of rules. He will accept what you say if you tell him that you read it in a book. As a representative of pure logic, Humpty lacks any artistic sensibility. It has been noted that the poem he repeats for Alice is the most boring, uninteresting, uninspired poem in the text. It has rhyme and meter, but no plot, no conclusion. Nothing that grabs the imagination. Interesting. So, down the rabbit hole. In a reading, the King of Swords holds reason, truth, and control above all other values. He wields his authority with precision and efficiency. Unlike Humpty Dumpty, the King of Swords is an excellent communicator and can be extremely witty, although sometimes his wit is laced with cruelty. He doesn't suffer fools gladly and will not allow his authority to be questioned. The wisest of the kings are smart enough to surround themselves with good advisors and carefully weigh their information and advice. The best way to work with him is to ask him questions rather than tell him things outright. This is an ego issue, but it is also based in truth. The King of Swords is often incredibly intelligent, so his high opinion of himself isn't unfounded. Bring him facts, ideas, and questions with a big dose of humility. Leave excitement and emotion at the door, as he has no interest in them and will assume you are wasting his time. Keywords: authority figure, decision maker, power, experience, smart, intelligent, reasonable, controlling, clever, witty, cruel, and decisive. Awesome. So again, this is just stories from Alice. So that was your past, I believe, your past energy, or very recent past or soon to be past energy. This King of Swords. So we're going to move into your present energy, soon to be present. Maybe it'll just take the next couple of days for the moon to pass for this energy to come if you are not feeling this right now. So we got the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, through the looking glass story. After escaping the noise that drummed the lion and the unicorn out of town, Alice was captured by the Red Knight. Before he could take possession of her, a voice cried out, "Ahoy! Ahoy! Check!" It was the White Knight who came to her rescue. The Red Knight refused to give her up without a fight. The knight agreed to observe the rules of battle and begin. Alice thinks, I wonder now what the rules of battle are. One rule seems to be that if one knight hits the other, he knocks him off his horse, and if he misses, he tumbles off himself. And another rule seems to be that they hold their clubs with their hands as if they were Punch and Judy? As if they were Punch and Judy. In the end, the White Knight claims it was a glorious victory, wasn't it? Most Carol scholars believe that White Knight in Looking Glass was meant to be Carol himself, although there are other possibilities. We will assume that the White Knight indeed represents Carol. So he's the author, the original author of the Alice in Wonderland. It can be argued and hardly argued against that Alice stories are Carol's greatest claim to fame, his victory. Here we see the White Knight, as tall and handsome and knightly as Carol himself never was, surrounded and supported by the characters that are his great legacy and best achievement. That could be, for me, what the message I'm getting right now is you guys finding your spirit guide team, finding your team, per se, metaphorically, of things you can do in our physical being to connect, like how in the beginning here I was saying, like connecting your moon with your rising to become your true sun sign. That could very well be tying into your present moment energy, where you need to just look within and stop judging yourself, become what you believe, and find your team spiritually to back you up, to help guide you to the victory. So this card, Down the Rabbit Hole. In a reading, this card reminds us that victories do not happen in a vacuum. No hero has ever achieved glory entirely on his own. A good victor remembers that and makes sure all those who supported the mission are remembered and honored as well. Those who help make such achievements possible should always remember that they are always supporting themselves, because whenever greatness touches one person in a community, it touches everyone in that group. Whether you are a leader or foot soldier or cook, it takes everyone's best efforts to accomplish something of value. Work together, stand together, be strong and better together. Victory, honor, achievement, recognition, pride, public ceremony, accolades, accomplishment, success, and triumph. And last but not least, our Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me. But I absolutely love this story. Okay, guys. Queen of Pentacles, Through the Looking Glass. The sheep shop owner is our Queen of Pentacles. Her story is so filled with things that Alice can barely focus. Not only that, but the items behave so strangely, and yet the sheep is not bothered by it at all. Even when Alice's shopping is interrupted by a dreamlike boat trip that ends with them both back in the shop, the sheep continues knitting and only asks, as if nothing had happened, Now, what do you want to buy? Alice decides to buy an egg. The sheep takes Alice's money and gives her, after Alice decides to buy an egg, the sheep takes Alice's money and tells her to get her egg herself. I never put things into people's hands. That would never do. You must get it yourself. Alice doesn't understand why it would never do, but the sheep knows that it is better for people to reach for their desires on their own. She is happy to help, but doing things for Alice isn't the best way to help. The sheep is from the Teach a Man to Fish school of supporting others. Isn't that wicked? It ties into things for sure. Down the rabbit hole. In a reading, the Queen of Pentacles understands the physical world and is a master of material things. Using whatever resources are at hand, she can make almost anything she needs. She is a canny business person, but isn't known for greediness. Because she has made her own way in the world, she understands true value. Lessons are learned through experience, and the Queen of Pentacles will happily help you gain that experience, but she isn't giving anything away. She'll encourage you to figure it out, but will not let you fail. She'll step in to save the day when necessary. It's likely because of that you will never make the same mistake again. Gain her friendship and aid her appealing to her practical side. Ask her to teach you and be willing to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty if need be. Keywords: ally, confidant, helper, authority, accomplished, resourceful, generous, learns and teaches through experience, supportive. And I gotta say that is definitely a badass reading. So yeah, stories from Alice. I'm leaving this open to interpretation for sure for you guys. If you're wondering what is in the background here, I have the lake card that I drew earlier today, and it's been sitting on my mind. Look at the castle. It's like in the portal. Your castle is so close, guys. You just got to dive deep and figure it out. Find your spirit team. Find your guides. Find yourself within that even as well. Leave this logical side until the moon phase is over, I think. Because that's your past. It doesn't seem to be doing you very good right now. Leaving that back here. Humpty Dumpty. Leave it with this guy. Let's check out that dolphin with your spirit team. Trust in yourself and in your intuition. Again, thank you so much I just have to point that at my fingers. I was doing potting this morning, so I was still stuck under there. But yeah, you guys, take the time. Find yourselves. Go deep. Okay, have a great day.